Mike is in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Hey, Mike, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave, how are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I feel like we have hit a sort of a brick wall. We are trying to build a house and are having no luck without a credit score so far.
Okay.
I've talked to some folks at Churchill, and according to them, they go through local lenders for a construction loan.
Yeah.
And every local lender requires a credit score to get started, even though we have at least 20% down, if not way more than that.
Okay.
And I just don't know what to do.
Have you tried a credit union?
I have. I've worked with my credit union I've been with since I was born, and they do manual underwriting, but they tell me they have to have a credit score to get started.
Bull.
And then they go from there.
I'm challenging that. They don't have to, because they're portfolioing that loan. They're not selling that loan to anyone. That's just an underling. You need to get to a manager, a senior, the president of the credit union, depending on what size the credit union is. They do not need a credit score to make a construction loan. That's absolutely asinine. I don't believe it.
Okay.
I would bust up on some people. Now, you know, Bank of America is not going to make you a construction loan without a credit score. I don't have any doubt. But I'm not doing business with those doofuses anyway. So,
neither am I.
But your local bank, I mean, listen, here's the thing. If you're dealing with a mortgage, like a Fannie Mae mortgage, you can get that manually underwritten, but most of the mortgage companies don't know how to do it because Fannie Mae requires a credit score to package them together, or properly done manual underwriting, which not many people other than Churchill know how to do. Okay, so that you will run into problems there. And there's a valid reason for that, because they're packaging those loans together. They don't keep those loans, they sell them. And in order to sell them, they've got to be packaged a certain way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And if the opposite of selling them in this business is called portfolioing the loan, meaning the bank keeps the loan in-house. The credit union is portfolioing this construction loan, or the local bank is, either one, and so they can make up whatever rules they want to make up. There is absolutely no pressure on them from an outside force of any kind that's requiring a credit score, and so it's just a dumb butt policy that you got to bust up into. Meaning you got to get somebody to use a brain. I've been with you my whole freaking life since I was born, and I got 20% down, and I've got the permanent mortgage set up to take out the construction loan. You're only going to have the loan on the books while the house is being built. When it's completed, the mortgage is sitting over here already pre-approved. The takeout letter is in my hand to take out the construction loan, and so this is almost a no risk for you. You know me, you know my income, you know my net worth and my other stuff, or I can show it all to you. And so the credit score is a completely bogus, non-related issue. You follow me?
Yes.
So that's how I'm talking to the president of the credit union, or the manager of whatever, or I don't know how big a credit union this is, but a lot of credit unions are small enough that the president's who you're going to end up talking to, which is fine. And it's just asinine. And so this is one of those things, you just challenge the policy. And you just say that, no, it's not okay. It's not okay that you're treating me, a customer, that way, as if I somehow didn't pay my bills. And they do not, if they're portfolioing the loan, if a bank is keeping the loan in-house, the bank can completely make up whatever rules it wants to make up, or waive any rules it wants to waive, because they're keeping the loan. It's just like if I'm loaning you money, I can make up whatever rules I want to make up. And if I go, well, you don't have a credit score, but you got all this other stuff, well, I don't need a credit score. It's okay. And that's all we're talking about here. So, but yeah, you run into people who've forgotten how to think, and sometimes we have to remind them.
Well, that's the hard thing. It's just challenging the industry, right? And so when you don't have a credit score because you've gotten yourself out of debt and it's been a long enough time that it's not there are going to be things, insurance, renting an apartment, underwriting a mortgage, construction loan, all those things. You can run up against things because the industry has been so set, but there are ways around it all.
Yep. I mean, Anthony sat the other day, he's got it on YouTube, and called 15 apartment complexes and just asked the question. He said, I'm moving from out of town. I'm just getting started. I'm moving out of my parents' house. I don't have a credit score. Will you rent to me? And out of 15, 12 said they would.
Oh, there you go.
With a deposit. With an, And he said, a couple of them had an extra deposit if you didn't have a credit score.
Yeah.
And a couple of them were just, no, it's no problem. There's
you
no
go.
problem at all. If you got your deposit and you got, they have to have proof of income. You have to have a job.
Yes.
But, normal stuff that the apartment's going to look at. But this idea that no apartments will rent to you without a credit score, he got a 12 out of 15 that would. And he didn't say, I'm Anthony O'Neill. He just called and said, hey, I'm just checking. I'm coming out. I'm moving from out of town. And he put it all on YouTube. So you can pull it up on the AO's channel and see that somebody says, oh, you have to have a credit score if you're going to rent an apartment. No, you don't. No, you don't. 12 out of 15. Dentists agree.
Apartment complexes agree.
Yeah, 12 out of 13 apartment complexes agree.